Go.
Okay, so the studies I looked at about meditation and ADHD covered a lot of things, and it was pretty easy to conclude that it does have a positive effect on people's study habits and executive functions. But one thing that I noticed there wasn't a lot of data on was the 15 to 18 age, late adolescence, what you guys are in. So that's what's important for me and for you. So what I decided to do was to do an experiment. So I find out for myself. So this is the outline of my experiment. Okay, it looks awful, but it's really, it was awful. The aim of my experiment was to determine the same thing that I was asking, is ADHD affected by mindfulness meditation? Does it help you focus? But for 15 to 18-year-olds, which is important because you're studying, the high school is not that easy. It's the time for standardized testing. So you need your study habits. This is when it's a big deal. So that's my subject details. It's in Louisiana, yada yada. But some of the important things to highlight. The tests I used had to be the same thing every time. So I got, how do you test how people are doing with ADHD? Like, what does that even mean? Well, what I did was I tested executive functioning and how it changed over time. So basically, I just had them take this one test every week, theoretically. The attention network test, and it basically, you just respond as fast as you can to an arrow that pops up, either left or right, and it measures your reaction time and your effectiveness over time. It's not that bad. There was a kid's version that one of them accidentally downloaded that has penguins facing one way or the other. So there's that too that you can do. Oh yeah, so we measured that over time and the change in that, and that was a big deal for how people improved in executive functioning. And another part that was actually a way bigger deal than I thought it would be was anonymizing data. I had to take everything anonymously. I had different names ascribed to the different subjects. I had each one pick a pseudonym, like just whatever random pseudonym, like a pen name that an author would have. But that's how I analyze their data, because I'm not supposed to know how they're doing. I'm not supposed to know who's even in the study, but we couldn't make it that blind because I had to talk to the people. But yeah, I had to do that. And I actually got set back a few times when I did this because I actually wasn't supposed to know who was even thinking about doing it. So I had to have it run through Ms. Talamo, who spoke to the participants for me and talked about it in vague numbers. And they would ask me questions over the telephone and I'd answer that. Okay, so that's basically how my thesis